Am I a white supremacist? The simple answer is no, contrary to what mainstream people would say. And I will explain why this is here shortly. But first I will get something out of the way. The fact of the matter is that I am racist, you know. But what is it to be racist? The mainstream, of course, these leftists and such would say I'm racist because I care about my own kind, first and foremost. To me, being racist doesn't mean that you hate someone for the color of their skin. Because I don't, you know. I wasn't raised to be like that. I'm not going to hate a stranger out on the street just because of the color of his skin. When I say that I'm racist, what I'm trying to point out is that Mother Nature herself is indeed racist. She is. I mean, look at it. Why did all these different races across the world, why did East Asians, Indians, Semitic peoples, Europeans, why did all these people, Africans, why did they evolve differently? They evolved differently because they came from different parts of the world, and they are best suited for their given part of the world that they originated in. So, Mother Nature is racist. And a lot of times when you take other races and put them in places that they don't belong, they have problems. So Mother Nature is racist. When I say that I'm racist, I mean that we all want to be with our own kind, most of us. And most people, regardless of race, most, not all, but most, they prefer to be left alone and to be with their own kind. It is natural, it's healthy, it's instinctual. And this will show you proof that I am right.
What is it?
So, you just seen the video clip there of the little girls upset that they were given a doll that doesn't look like them. Now, these girls are very young. This is not a learned trait like these idiot leftists will claim. It is natural. It is healthy. The little girl wants a doll that looks like her. It's natural. Now that I've gotten that out of the way, let's see, segregation. Here in America, segregation is a very touchy topic. We are told constantly by the mainstream that segregation was so horrible, that it was discrimination, that it was just unjust and unfair. Well, let me show you something here. Am I in favor of segregation? Short answer is yes. To be honest, I am. Because I'm going to show you something. This video clip here. Did you just see that? This was in the 20s or 30s in Oklahoma. It is an all African American town. Look how happy they are. Look how healthy. Look how productive. Look how happy. I mean, I enjoy seeing happy people, to tell you the truth. For the most part, I enjoy seeing happy, healthy people, regardless of race. So, integration happened several decades later during the 60s. Now, I'm going to show you some African Americans today in some of our larger cities.
Chicago police had shot and killed a black child. That absolutely did not happen. Police returned fire on a 20-year-old man who fired at them first. And he did not die. He's alive and well and is being treated in hospital. But it was these lies that were spread on social media.
Look at these people. Just look at them. They don't seem any fucking where near as happy as their relatives were many decades ago. Look how pissed off they are. Look how unhappy. Was segregation really that bad of an idea? Was it that bad of a thing? I'm asking you. Because looking at this evidence here, seems like it was pretty great, to tell you the truth. The African Americans were much happier when they were off by themselves. They took care of themselves, they were happier, they were healthier, they lived in a high-trust society. A homogeneous, high-trust community. Now, am I saying that segregation amongst the races is going to cure all crimes? No, there's always going to be crime. But I guarantee that if there was segregation today, all of these problems would evaporate, by and large. Because these African Americans that I just shown you, they had to rely on themselves. They didn't rely on government gibs. Give me that. They didn't rely on that. They took care of their own, and they were happier for it. They led more fulfilling lives. Just look how happy they were. Now, I believe I'm also called racist or white supremacist because I'm proud to be white or Native European. Of course I am. I think that each race should feel this way because it's natural. It's completely natural. Yet the media and academia and all that, if you are Native European, they have you believe that you are a white supremacist and a Nazi, as they call it. So there's definitely a bias there. So yeah, I'm proud to be what I am. And I think each race, regardless of who they are, should be. Now, if you're a white supremacist, I certainly am not. And I will get to that. Sorry to delay you more, but I will get to that in a second. Do I think that Native Europeans should conquer the entire world and that we should rule over these subhumans? No, I do not. Not in the least. Because, as I mentioned earlier, the races evolved in different parts of the world. I think that each race should be given their part of the world. They should stay there. Europeans, Europe. Now, it's difficult, you could say, to be a white nationalist here in the United States because we didn't originate here. And this is the natives' land. Now, I've heard evidence that perhaps very distant in the past that there were indeed some white or Native Europeans in America, but I can't confirm it. I don't know. And anyway, even if there were, I still don't believe that we originated here. We originated in Europe. Now, if we were to do this, I would be willing to go back to Europe because after all, I'm an American, but I really I've come not to view myself so much as an American anymore, because I look at where my roots came from, and that is Northern Europe, to tell you the truth. But what I'm saying is, each race should be able to govern and they should be able to govern and rule themselves without any foreign influence. East Asia for East Asians, Africa for Africans, Europe for Europeans, and America for the Native Americans. But that is a matter for a different video. So no, I don't think that we should conquer. I think we should just be able to be left alone and rule and govern ourselves in ourselves, not everyone else, just ourselves, in our historic homelands, without any undue foreign influence. And you know what I'm talking about here. Now, am I a white supremacist? Once again, no. And I'm going to tell you why. Just as I said earlier that I'm not going to hate someone just because they have a different skin color than mine. That is nonsensical. What I will hate are actions. That's what I'll hate. And if you are of a different race, yes, I may have a few what you would call racist remarks for your actions. Because you asked for it. And I will hate what threatens what I love. You know, it's completely natural. You can't have love, true love, without some true hate if something threatens it. You just can't. There's no other way. Now, just as I said, I'm not going to hate someone because of the color of their skin. I'm not going to love someone just because they have the same skin tone as me. I certainly am not. I'm not a white supremacist because I've said it 1,000 fucking times over the months that I've been doing this. To tell you the truth, I'm much more disgusted by many of my own kind, by many of my own race, than I am. I'm disgusted head and shoulders by many of my own compared to any other race. I really am. Because these white leftists, these brainwashed idiots that literally hate themselves, they are the very reason that all these things are happening today. We're all accountable to some degree, but these mainstream white people, they're to blame. When I see that degenerate drag queen story hour bullshit, when I've seen the videos of them in the library, you know, the groomers reading to the toddlers and young children, and the parents sitting there just in their infinite smugness at how virtuous and tolerant that they are. When you look around the crowd, though, what do you notice? You will see that all the parents, not all, there are exceptions, but all the parents and all the toddlers being groomed, and their parents just willingly offering their children, their future, to these groomers. They're of my own race. They're white. And it sickens me. It sickens me to no end. So I'm not a white supremacist. Our race is going to quite possibly, be the first race in the history of the entire world that's going to will itself out of existence. And we're going to do that by miscegenating, by refusing to procreate for whatever reason, feminism, MGTOW, consumerism, you know, it costs money having children, and you can't afford your Netflix or your high mortgage or your fancy vacations across the world if you've got a mouth to feed. It's just greed, you know. We are going to be the first that wills ourselves out of existence. I can't believe how brainwashed most of us are. It's truly horrifying. And it's shocking. And you know, you see it encouraged. Oh, interracial relationships are so great. Interracial babies are so cute. Yeah. Let me tell you this. To you people, you white people who go on about the virtues and the benefits of diversity. Let me tell you this. You may call me racist, but I respect diversity. And I actually think, in a way, that perhaps it's you. Perhaps it's you that is the real racist here. Because if you had your way, we would all just melt together. We would all just pull ourselves together. We would take each unique race, East Asian, African, Native European, Middle Eastern, Indian, whatever. If you had it your way, you would take all of these unique qualities that each one of these races have. You take all of these and you want to just mix it together. Is there a problem with how things are now? Do you have a problem with Africans? Purebred Africans that are dark, tall? Do you have a problem with them? Or do you want to improve them by mixing them with others because they're not worth it? They're not fine just the way they are. What is it? I think it's you that's the racist. Using your definition of racist, I think it's you. So, I'm not a white supremacist because many of my own disgust me more than anything. Anything. More. Because you should fucking know better. And you sicken me. Now, I understand that there are many of my race that are brainwashed with these Marxist ideals, whether they went to university or college. And perhaps, you know, if you see the error of your ways, I could accept that. But I will say this. If you were like this and you ever took a child of yours to Drag Queen Story Hour, you are dead to me. No matter if you think like me, no matter if you look like me, you're dead to me. You're not my brother, and you're not my sister. And you never will be. And in fact, I'm not going to say it, but I guess you could imagine what I think we should do with such people. Thank you all for watching. Bye-bye.